Recap of Part 3. Athena goes to Odysseus and transforms him into a beggar. She then sends him to his son, Telemachus. Odysseus reveals his identity to his son and tells him to go back home and remove all weapons in the hall. Odysseus goes back home and begs for bread. It is then that Antinous and the suitors reveal their true colors. Penelope challenges the suitors to see if they can draw Odysseus' prized bow. All men try and fail except Odysseus. Death in the Great Hall. Odysseus, bow in hand, has an arrow ready to shoot. He aims his bow to Antinous, ready to kill. Odysseus reveals the arrow. The arrow flies through the sky, going straight into Antinous' throat. The crowd of suitors stand around in shock as their ringleader drops dead. One brave man named Eurymachus steps forward and tries to talk to Odysseus, who is cocky as ever. After Antinous is slain, Eurymachus says, "Antinous whipped us on, and that Antinous is the ringleader." The suitors, now scared as a cow at the butcher, beg for their lives to be spared. Eurymachus speaks for them, saying, "As for ourselves, we'll make restitution for our wine and meat consumed." Odysseus does not even take a second to think and immediately rejects the kind offering. The suitors realize his mind cannot be changed and prepare to fight Odysseus. Eurymachus draws his sword, ready to charge at Odysseus. When Odysseus releases an arrow and kills Eurymachus, Antinous now tries to kill Odysseus when Telemachus throws his spear to defend his father. Telemachus says, "Father, let me bring you a shield and a spear, a pair of spears, a helmet." Odysseus holds suitors back while Telemachus brings him armor. Telemachus returns and the battle continues. All of the suitors are killed. The trunk of the olive tree. The maid immediately rushes to tell Penelope the news. She doesn't believe the maid and insists it isn't her husband. The maid convinces her to come and see for herself, but Penelope still believes it can't be Odysseus. Penelope goes down to see a blood-soaked man. Telemachus speaks up to say how she is a cruel for not running into his arms after not seeing him for 20 years. Penelope kept on refusing that he was the true Odysseus. After her constant rebuking of him, Odysseus responded with a smile and patient words, "Peace, let your mother test me at her leisure. Before long, she will see and know me best." He soon realized he wouldn't need cover-up the deed he had done. Odysseus devised a plan to make loud music to make it look like a wedding feast around and not a bloodbath. They followed his orders while Athena cleaned him up. Odysseus looked at Penelope and said how strong she was for staying away from her husband after 20 years. Then he ordered a nurse to make a bed for him to sleep on. Penelope responded saying how strange he was, and ordered the nurse to fetch him a bed that Odysseus built with his own hands. This raised him to yelling how dare she move the bed he made. It connected to an olive tree. It was their sign. How could she say it down? Penelope realized that her Odysseus had come home to her after all. They reunite and tenderly embrace each other and live happily ever after. The end.